versus market.
Amazing. Oh my goodness. We are live on YouTube. This is my first time, you guys, going live on YouTube from my Zoom. And I can even see you guys go chat. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. There's new things for everyone, right? And sorry, new. Amazing. Oh my goodness. We are live on YouTube. And I definitely heard myself. All right. Thank you so much for your patience as I navigate this thing called YouTube. And I think I can't even, here we go. I think we're good, right? Wait, let me just check on my phone right here. If I'm, okay, here we go. We're live. So, cool. Everyone, let me know, oh my gosh. So today we are talking about how to get your first client. And I kind of actually want to film myself as well through Instagram. So maybe I'll pop in my Instagram live right here, even if I am not wearing my microphone. So there's a first time for everything, you guys. And I can't see anyone on my, oh wait, I can actually see people on my chats because I also have my iPad right here. Praise the Lord for that, right? Okay, so I can actually, oh, so there are people joining us. So hello everyone who's joining. Let me see if I can see the chats. Let me know where you're joining us from. But today we are gonna talk, sorry, I just forgot. I wanna go live here on, there we go, as well. Just going live on Instagram as well. So how to get my first client. Let me just say hi to the people who are on Instagram watching. Sorry, you guys, you can't see any slides. If you wanna watch the full masterclass and the slides with the slides, right? Go hop on to our YouTube. I'm currently live right here as well, where I first went live. So today, hi Mimi, who's joining us on Instagram. And all right, thanks for being patient with me, those who are on YouTube at the moment. So let's just get right into it, how to get your first client, right? And you can apply these things on whether or not you have a business in person or if you actually have a business online as well. So I was super tempted to say on Instagram, but I teach that a lot, and I kind of want to teach you something that will be applicable in all areas, because I'm aware some of you here are actually like on Facebook, right? If you're on Facebook and you're not willing to move to Instagram yet, or maybe you're on Instagram, you're not willing to move to Facebook groups, or maybe you're also on YouTube, because we have people here who are watching actually live on YouTube, which is really exciting for me. And so anyway, how to get your first client, right? And I did realize the other sometime this week, because we are in real estate business as well, let's just say that. And we have this pretty hot lead, like a buyer. And this is like millions of pesos, you guys. Like, this is not like $500 offer kind of thing. And I realized I love doing sales calls, and I used to hate that. And such a transformation, because that's like a whole new different topic of like how to get comfortable and how to love sales. Maybe that's something that you would want for me to teach on. Let me know in the comments if that actually is something that you want to get not just better at, but like love, like really fall in love with it. That the idea of doing sales will not give you hives, right? Or that allergy reaction, which it used to. Like, I will be super nervous whenever I would have to talk to someone to sell them something. But anyway, that's not what we're doing today. I'm giving you some practical tools on how to get your first client. Because some of you haven't had your first client yet, and today is the day that you are gonna get that. So hopefully you'll get something out of this. So cool, let's just start. Take some notes, like wherever you are, and if you have any questions, please pop them in the comments below, or if you're watching this, pop them in the comments as well. Okay, so number one is track your numbers. You need to, like before anything else, you need to start tracking your numbers first. Where are you starting from? So your socials, by socials, I mean, if you're an email, that can count under socials as well, I would say. Even on Instagram, YouTube, your Facebook groups, Facebook pages, whatever it is, like how many friends you have, like write them down. You can even write them here. Like this is just an example, a table, but you can write where you're starting at, right? And then I'm sorry, guys, on Instagram, you just have to imagine what I'm talking about. And social. So, and then income, track your numbers as well with your income. What was your income last year? And the last year of income. Oh my gosh, I forget the name. I mean, but what was your income last year, and also your expenses? What were your expenses? And while you're at that, I also wanna say that just be realistic. You don't have to show these numbers to anyone. If you only had $1,000, of income last year, hey, you're starting somewhere, and that there's nothing to be ashamed of if you're at that level. Or maybe you're saying, Jenna, like that's why I'm watching this, because I haven't had my first client yet. But write it down. And when I say income here, like we are just solely talking about with your business, with your freelancing business. If you're working somewhere else at the moment, you're full-time somewhere else, you don't have to write that, because we want to specifically write something and tracking something specifically on this business that you're starting, right? So just track your numbers all the time, monthly, actually. Like if you can do it monthly or quarterly, monthly is better, so it's like more specific. And then also next is write down your goals as well. So your Instagram numbers, so earlier I said track, right? Track, so it means like what were your numbers before, and now write down your goals, where you want to go. So for example, here I put here on Instagram, my goal is to reach 5,000. On emails, like I want to reach like 5,000 email subscribers. And in like the income, I want to reach 6 figures, for example, right? So how about you? What are your goals? And I wanted to say here that I have really learned the hard way, because I had to manage my dreamer self, because I am such a dreamer. Like when God gives me a vision, like, I go way up there. And I just dream. I don't just shoot at the moon, guys. I shoot at the stars, at the sky, like way beyond, to infinity. That's how much I dream. And then, it can really be so unrealistic. And sometimes I'm just tempted, like sometimes like there can be scarcity mindset as well, right? Like and even before it was worse, because I didn't know how to manage that or how to get free from that. But now in the name of Jesus, thank you, Lord, that I have, gone through that as well. But anyway, my point is that I was too logical and realistic in a way that I was also not believing. I had no more faith. And when I put down goals, so maybe like I would have just put like 50, well, it's not, maybe for some people that's like an impossible number already. But for me, like if I already have 4,000 followers, like if I only want to grow 50, that's like Jenna, like dream bigger. This is for free, but also dream bigger, but also be realistic. So really holding the tension of that. So how do you hold the tension of that? Be realistic, but dream as well. Like, for example, for me right now, I have 4,000 people on Instagram. I'm actually cutting them down. Like I delete like bots every now and again. But I want to reach 5,000 like solid people. So for me, that's like really a dream, because I don't have much time to delete all these bots as well. But also like that's not that's not like the primary goal I have at the moment. I'm more of like I want to grow the people inside my program rather than like on Instagram. I hope that makes sense. And then also an email, and then even money. Like when it comes to money, you guys, what like how much do you actually need? That's why you need to, like earlier I said, track down your numbers, your income and your expenses, even your income and expenses like at home, your personal needs. If you actually live by $1,000 a month and then you want to reach six figures that month, like what is the money for? You know, maybe start smaller, maybe start like with $10,000, right? Or even $5,000, because that's already big enough for you if you only need $1,000 a month to live. Am I making sense? And I'm speaking specifically when you're starting out, because I really believe there's going to be a time and a time where you're going to grow beyond that. But when you're starting out, like six figures can be so overwhelming. And I'm especially speaking from experience. Like I started doing all these online stuff, and my goal was just like to have a livable income as a full-time minister, you know, in full-time ministry. And but all these like teachers who taught me online started like putting in my head like six figures, until such time I had this six figures as my goal. And you know, and I'm still starting out. I don't have experience in these other things, and I'm still learning. And like, how can someone who's such a newbie like want to have six figures? Sure, some people achieve that, but they had so much help, or like, you know, they've already gone through the process. They're not really newbies anymore, those who reach that, believe me. And even now, like I haven't even reached this yet, and that's why I'm like, you know what, if it happens, it happens. Actually, like this year six figures is not even my income goal. I just put it in there as I was like creating the slides earlier. But what is your livable income? And like, for example, livable income is 1,000. Increase that a little bit, you know, and that can be your goal. So that's just like my hot tip for you out there watching on YouTube. Like I can see we're growing our numbers who are watching. Like pop in where you're watching from, ladies or whoever's watching, and ask your questions. Even I want some reactions from you guys so I don't feel like I'm alone. Okay, so now that I told you, track your numbers, write down your goals. Now let's talk about what's your number one offer. Like just focus on one offer at the moment. If you're a real estate agent, you know, like focus on where you wanna just one thing first. If you're still about to have your first client, right? Maybe you're selling a property, or maybe you're finding some tenants for an apartment purpose for this. Because again, we want to escape overwhelm. I don't want you to be overwhelmed, and that's the number one enemy that we have when we are starting out. That's why we can't get to our first client yet, because we get so overwhelmed by a sheer amount of things that we have to do. Like maybe you have to, you know, do your own accounting. You have to write down your offers. You have to like do, you know, create all the graphics and you know, create all these processes behind the scenes. You have to write down like the invoices and just everything. You have to wear all these hats at the same time, and it can really get overwhelming. So what I want you to do is focus on one. So what's that number one offer? If you want to, like, if you already have an offer, like please write down in the chats or in the comments below, what's your number one offer? What's the first thing that comes to your mind? So for example, for me, I used to be I used to be a plant-based coach, like in this platform, and then I had a vegan course, and then I had that program, and then I also had an Instagram business going on, a business coach, and you know, I had my online ministry. I was like doing it all and launched it all at the same time, and I was so overwhelmed. It was a mistake. I like, yes, God called me in all those areas, but like of course, like I did not obey God when it comes to the timing. Let's just say that. I had to repent from all of that. But just choose one. What's one thing that you want to focus on right now, and write that down. What's that one offer? Okay, so have you already thought of what your one offer is? For me, at the moment, I am focusing on my program. At the moment, I'm focusing on my program, Dreamers Mentorship. It's my one-on-one high ticket high ticket ish containers. My biggest container I'm serving my students is one-on-one. So how about you? What's your number one offer? If you're selling clothes, then I'm not just saying that you only have to sell one clothes, but one category, right? Like maybe just focus on one category. I see so many people, unless you're a big corporation and you have a lot of help, then okay, you can pay people to help you. But if it's only you and you're about to still sell your first one, focus on one thing, and then you'll increase your capacity as the time goes. Okay, so the next thing is making sales. So now that we're about to get you your first client, I want to ask you, what's your best area? Where are you really good at? Apologies if you can hear my background. Where are you really good at? Maybe you're good at talking, or maybe if you really hate that, so maybe don't use that yet. I'm not saying never use that, but just for now, don't use it. Maybe you're good at just talking to people on the chats. Maybe that's very easy for you. Then that's your best area. Or if you're great at creating content, then maybe that's where you should focus on. Like, what's your best area? You know yourself where you're best at, but still, you need to start making sales. And sometimes, like, we think so far ahead, we're thinking about people who are on the other side of the world, like in the States or in Australia, or in Europe, or in Asia, like, like you're thinking maybe way too opposite. But just start thinking about who you already know, who already trusts you. For example, if you're a hairdresser, right? Wait, let me just pull up something that I actually have a background on. Makeup artist. If you're a makeup artist, because I used to be a makeup artist, and you want to start being, doing freelance work for weddings and events. So before you just start posting and wishing for, clients who live abroad, or like, a celebrity will want to ask you to do their makeup for their wedding. Before you go do that, maybe put that down in your goals, right? But just for your first client, unless that celebrity is your friend, like, we're not gonna target them for your first client. Just ask around. Just start telling the people around you, like, hey, do you know anyone getting married soon? Like, I'm starting a freelance business with my makeup. I can give them a free, trial, which I'll get into that later. But just start thinking your immediate, the first people that you see, or the people who already know you, like your immediate, like, proximity, right? So that's making sales. Think about what's your best area, and then position yourself as an authority in everything that you do. If you have a conversation with that friend that, let's go with the example of a freelance makeup artist, position yourself as an authority. Show them your works from before, or even if you've done it on yourself, like, you can show them. Position yourself as an authority that you know. For me, when I started doing my freelance makeup before, like, I didn't know that I was positioning myself as an authority. I just started doing it, and people knew from, like, how they see me present myself that, oh, Jenna, she's good at makeup, or in conversations that I would have with people, and for example, they don't have any idea about makeup, and I start talking about and using these jargons that they don't understand, and immediately these people would identify me as, like, she knows her thing about makeup. So that's me positioning myself as an authority. So how can you position yourself as an authority? Now that we're online, how do you do that? Through your post. Keep thinking about how will the person who was on the other side of reading that post that you made begin to see you as someone who's an expert with that. Like, for example, you guys who are watching me right now, or watching this replay, like, like, how did you know that I know what I'm talking about here? Because I have had videos, throughout the years teaching about how to grow my Instagram. You can see my Instagram page and all these things where I have already positioned myself as an authority in this area. So get thinking about how you're positioning yourself in that on that on your authority, right? Whatever it is that you do, which hopefully you're having more of an idea what's your offer and what you do, right? Okay, next is set up your booking process. This is very important. What's your process for with the example that I had about being a freelance makeup? When my friend responds like, okay, yeah, actually I have a friend getting a word out, she has a wedding soon, like I can connect you with that. And then so what's next, right? Like maybe you were just trying it out and you just said some stuff, and then you got the hook, you got someone hooked. So what's the next step? Because sometimes we lose people when we don't have a proper booking process. And it can be annoying when you're on the other side. Imagine you're the customer and you're really interested with this makeup artist to do your makeup, but then their booking process, the next steps, they don't follow up. They didn't send you receipts. Like, they don't give you anything. Like, there's no proper follow-up system and process. Then most likely this person, for me, if it was me, I would just find somewhere else, right? When you go on vacation and when you're booking for places to stay at, and if they don't respond, then you're gonna go somewhere else because you need help. And so what does your booking process look like, girls? Like, what does it look like? So you can start saying, for example, makeup artist, like, and then this person, and then they give me their contact, so I contact them, I follow them up, and then we book a date, right? When I would go there, when we book a date, and then maybe I'll send them an invoice, right? And then when I send them an invoice, I will tell them when to send me back this invoice, and then once they send me back the invoice, once they paid the invoice, and then I send them the receipt, and then the date comes, and then we do the work, etc. So that can be a simple booking process. I want to give you okay, I'll give you the tips later. So next thing is, after setting up your booking process, however that looks like for you, for some of you it may be just as easy as an exchange thing, where you give them the product, they pay you, right? So it's basically that, just making it easy. But when you're online, you really need some steps in there. And then what you're gonna do now is offer some pro bono work. So pro bono is free stuff. You're gonna give someone, hi Holly, is joining us on Instagram. I really can't see the names who's joining on what do you call this, on YouTube. Anyway, offer pro bono work. So what does pro bono mean? It's your free stuff. So for example, I am a makeup artist, a freelance, and I'm starting out. I will give free, like a free like a free trial makeup to this girl who's getting married, to the bride, right? So I can do that. Or maybe I can give like a pro bono work to my friend. I'll do your makeup. Like, listen, when's your next event? I'll do your makeup. And then see if you like it, and then you can get, what you're getting from there is that you're getting testimonials. In my case, I'm getting more like pictures for my freelance makeup business. And hi Delisa, and then, for example, if I'm a website designer, like which I used to do that, I actually did this, like I gave free branding strategies, and I created, logos for people, and website designs, and well, even if they didn't pay me, what happens? Like, now I get testimonials. So I think I wrote here 3. So get some testimonials, at least 3 minimum. So whatever your service is, whatever your products is, especially even if you're selling physical products, get some testimonials from it. For example, if you're selling ebooks, like with like it has all the steps, or it's a playbook of some sort. Even even if you're giving it for free, for a pro bono, it's free. Then get some testimonials. It's very important. We live in a day and age where people read reviews. Like I wouldn't really necessarily buy from someone if I don't see any reviews, unless I really know them, and unless they've really proven that they do what they do and they will sell me something. For example, if I go on Amazon or Lazada website, like if I'm looking for a vacuum, which I've done this before, and there's a seller, the same product, right? And they're selling the same product, but this other one has more reviews and this one has no reviews, I would really buy the one with reviews. So it's very important that we get testimonials. So that's what you're gonna do now. And then make it easy. Use PayPal invoices, and make sure to have some terms and conditions. Even if it's simple, but it really protects you years. I've been more specific. It's paid off because, why has it paid off? It's paid off because I've had some clients who were a little naughty that, they're not paying on time, or they actually contested, what they wanted. And it's simply like, hey, you've already signed the terms and conditions, and what they're asking for is really ridiculous. So terms and conditions really will protect you. So even if this is your first time, doing your first getting your first client, still, please, girls, like, have some terms and conditions. Like, I don't have anything that I'm going to give you because that's some legal stuff, but there are some examples out there. Just search it, Google it, right? And then just make sure you understand what you're writing there, because it can be as simple as have some payment, what do you call this, condition in there, and then even something that protects them, that you're actually going to give that service, maybe like money back guarantee, whatever, like just some basic important terms and conditions. And PayPal invoices, why? Rather than me telling you all about the Dubsado right now, it's a client management tool, and there's a bunch, like QuickBooks, whatever ways of filling up invoices that are automated online, especially if you're an online seller or an online service provider, like you're primarily online as well. It's really good to have this. Like, I love Dubsado. Like, it's very automated, there's a workflow, etc., and all these things. But this is your first time. So if you're still about to get your first client, like, I don't want to overwhelm you with that. Just go on PayPal. You can issue your own invoice. It's like manually giving them this invoice and send them that link, and then they'll pay you in there. So easy, right? Like, no need to make this too hard. Sometimes, like, again, we can get too dreamy, where we want everything to be high tech. But you're just getting your first client. You can do that right, like, later, once you have more clients, once you have more money to invest in that. I'm really just wanting to help you right now, not waste your money, and really steward the money that God's given you very well, invest it well, invest in other areas, right? So get on your PayPal invoices and terms and conditions, right? So now, honestly, girl, like, you're ready to get your first paid client. And I want to hear back from you. Like, once you've done all these things, you've done pro bono stuff, like, you've set up all these things, I like do all of this. Like, if you're just listening and just watching this and not doing it, then it's not going to do anything. Obviously, you need to do some actions. That's your action right now. Get your first paid client, do the pro bono offers, and talk to those people, right? Really position yourself in the authority, and just watch this again so that you can get a hang of what I'm talking about. And actually, I have an offer for you, like a free call with me, and I only have free limited spots. So because we're live right now, the first people who are commenting, I did not prepare my link, but I'm going to put it in the description as soon as this YouTube thing posts. But on Instagram, I will do that as well as soon as I post it. But what you can do is like you can DM me, message me. Those on YouTube, like you can go on my Instagram at She Strategy Co. And DM me free profit plan, or just DM me, Jenna, I want to get one of that free profit plan session. So what we're going to do in this session is I'm going to help you the beginning of us working together, where we plan out for the rest of their year. With you, I will just plan out like for your first few months, right? Or your first steps right now, and how it's going to look like, how you're going to know that your offer and this business idea you have will work. And so it's a free profit plan session, especially if you're a beginner in business, or even if you're not a beginner, actually, maybe you've done this before and you just need a refresher. I want to help you in that refresher and get clarity in that. So DM me. The only way to get to that is DM me or click on the link in the description once this is posted. Did you guys learn anything? Like, I tried to be as fast as possible. I think this is the last slide. I tried to be really fast because I don't want to bore you out. 30 minutes is already fast for me. Normally I would teach for 1 hour, but hopefully this helped you out. Like, who's on? I will take some questions like for the next minute or so, but if I don't get any, I'll just look into the comments later on. But hopefully this helped you out, guys. Okay, I am on YouTube. No one really posted anything. Cool, which is fine. How about the people here on Instagram? Do you guys have any questions? If nothing, then I will say goodbye, and then maybe you're gonna feel a little bit braver when you go watch this again, and you'll understand a little bit better. But thanks you guys for watching, and I'll see you again next week. I go live Fridays 12 noon Philippine time, or it's Thursdays 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time US. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll be posting more content in the next couple of days. Alrighty, bye. And tell me as well, like what kinds of content you want to hear, you want to learn from. Okay, all right.